Up YouTube, Never Lucky Pulls here today with my first Hero Deck Profile video. I show you in this video why I run certain cards and will explain you why you have to play them with a mathematical calculation. So you will see the calculation at the end of this video. And for now I will start with my best starter. It's 3 copies of Stratos. His second effect to destroy back row is also very good. And yeah, he has more attack points than Vion and is another type, not only dark. So you have a wind type, which boosts the attack points of the effect of Sunrise. And yeah, overall, it's a cool card. You can search it with eCall, so you have 6 copies of Stratos basically, or 7 if you run Rota. Next up, double copy of Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist, our searcher for heroes and the mask change, obviously. And for the one-offs, one Solid Soldier to special summon another hero, one Liquid Soldier to draw cards and special summon monsters from the graveyard, for example Shadow Mist to get your mask change, but I use him mainly to draw cards in the first round, to use him as a fusion material for Sunrise to get 2 draws, and in the second round to use him for Miracle Fusion to summon Absolute Zero and draw another 2 cards. So it's a very good card. And for our last hero, elemental hero, the Honest Neos for protection and obviously for OTKs. For my Vision hero lineup, I run only 2 copies of Ferris. I saw many decks with 3 copies, but I think 2 is enough. I need space for other cards, and I never had the feeling that I needed more than 2 copies. And also, I never had the feeling that I was running too few of him. So yeah. 2 is perfectly fine for me. It's the perfect balance in my deck. Next up, double Vion. Vion also a great starter. And yeah, you need him for your Vision Hero combo. I don't want to play 3 of him because I don't want to draw multiple starters like 1 Stratos and 1 Vion in your hand. It's not that great. I want to see other cards like Mask Change or some hand traps instead of a double opener. So yeah, that's why we play only 2. And for the last Vision Hero, it's 1 increase. Yeah, I saw many decks with 2. A lot of people are running 1 of him. I don't want to run another brick in my deck, so 1 is enough. I don't want to see him twice in my deck. And if I draw him, so yeah, be it. I use him as discard fodder for super polymerization and other cards. But yeah, 1 is enough. Next up for the Destiny heroes, double Malicious and 1 Denier. Denier brings back the Malicious, so you can special summon him again. Very good combo, especially with Fusion Destiny. And next up the Plasma. Plasma, one of your best boss monsters in this deck. You can easily summon him with Fusion Destiny. You play Fusion Destiny, you get Plasma and Phoenix Destroyer on board with 1 card. It's insane. Yeah, and especially with the new support with the D-Force, this card becomes even better. And for the last hero, 1 Adusted Gold. For Bane, Bane is super strong. You can search him with Stratos, you discard him for Dark Calling, and you basically play your Dark Calling. So Stratos gives you a Bane on field. It's like, wow, what the fuck. It's super strong. And yeah, for the hand traps, I'm running 3 Ash, mainly against draw power like Pot of Extravagance. And yeah, you can also use it for some searcher cards, and yeah, very viable at the moment. Very good hand trap. 3 is perfectly fine. My next hand trap, double copy of Nibiru. Nearly every deck summons 100 monsters per turn, so you have to stop your opponent, and 2 in the main deck is okay. I don't think 3 is good, but 2 is alright. Against some decks like Eldritch, this card is useless, but against most decks you will benefit having Nibiru in your main deck. Yeah, that's why I run him. Next up, for the very important card, 3 copies of Emergency Call for the search power. You basically search every time Stratos if you don't have him in your starting hand. And yeah, you have to run 3 copies, guys. I can't say this enough, and I will prove you why you have to run 3, okay? Next up, 1 Rhoda, obviously. And yeah, some one-offs. Again, a hero lives. Yeah, a super good card. You can bait Ash with this card, and if this card resolves, you get a Dark Law on field for free, or let's say for half of your life points. Yeah, it's very good. If it wouldn't be limited, I would play 3 copies of this. Yeah. Next up, 3 copies of Fusion Destiny. Obviously, super good card in the hero deck. Yeah, gives you Plasma and Phoenix Destroyer with 1 card, basically. Yeah, for the no-brainer, yeah, 3 Marks chains. Obviously, you have to play 3. And for my build, I use 3 Super Polies. A lot of decks are running Phoenix Destroyer, and you can take advantage of it and use a Phoenix Destroyer for your own Phoenix Destroyer. It's, yeah, very, very good. Also, you can use the boss monsters of your opponent if they have the same type, and if they are dark, for the Fusion Dragon or for the Mud Dragon, for the Super Poly targets. Yeah, it's very, very good, and I had a lot of success with this card, especially in the mirror match. If you draw it in the mirror match, you win. You can't lose a hero mirror match if you draw Super Poly. It's insane. Yeah, next up, 1 Dark Calling, obviously for the Bane. 1 Miracle Fusion, perfectly fine. I saw many people run 2, but I'm fine with 1. 1 Polymerization, very good. 1 Call by the Grave to stop some hand traps, obviously. And the new support, 1 D-Force. D-Force is very nice. It searches you Plasma from the grave or from the deck. And your Plasma can't be destroyed by card effects. So Raigeki and Lightning Storm is useless against him. And also Plasma can attack twice in this round and gets an attack boost. But you can't use your draw phase. But with heroes you don't need to draw cards. I mean, you OTK your opponent most of the time. Yeah, it's a very, very good card. And also your monsters can't be targeted by the card effects of your opponent. So cards like Effect Veiler and Infinite Impermanence are useless if this card is on the field. Yeah, my main deck consists of 42 cards. And yeah, let's move on to the side deck. For the side deck, I'm playing a double copy of Masked Hero Dark Law. Obviously very, very good against many graveyard-based decks. So super, super busted. 1 Bane, obviously for the Adjusted Gold. 1 Shining. Shining you can use for the Miracle Fusion and also for the Super Polymerization. You can use it against Drytron, for example. You use Herald for the light target. Yeah, it's very, very good. Next up, the Phoenix Destroyer, obviously the new support. It's amazing in the hero deck, especially the effect which reduces the attack points of your opponent's monsters. So yeah, it's insane. Most of the time your opponent will lose like 2000 attack points for each of his monsters because you will have like 10 heroes in your graveyard. So it's very, very good. Next up, I play 1 Dystopia. I need him for time games. Yeah. If you're in a tournament in game 3 and you are called with time, you need Dystopia. You need him. He's so good, guys. He brings you a lot of wins. Next up, the Blast for the win target. If your opponent infinite imperms your Stratos, you can chain Marks change and get your search, and you get your boss monster on the field. Yeah, next up, the Shining, obviously to search a Miracle Fusion, boosts the attack points of your heroes and destroys a card if a hero battles. 1 Absolute Zero for the water target, also destroys the whole field of your opponent, and you can use it as a water target for the Super Poly. Yeah, for the 2 Super Poly, for the main Super Poly targets, we play 1 Mud Dragon and 1 Fusion Dragon. Fusion Dragon, obviously against many dark boss monster. A lot of decks, they play a lot of dark monsters with the attributes, so it's very easy to summon him. I summoned him a lot of times. And obviously the Mud Dragon is more flexible. You can use it against multiple decks, not only darks. So if we have the same attribute but different type, you can always bring him on board. It's very, very good. Yeah, for the Link monsters, 1 Designator, 1 Wonder Driver, obviously to recycle your fusion cards, 1 Crossout Crusader, to summon the plasma on board, and one anaconda. Yeah, brings you the Destiny hero Phoenix Destroyer easily on board if you don't draw Fusion Destiny. Yeah, that's it for the cards. The side deck is not ready yet, but I play some cards with which I show you. I play double copy of Infinite Imperm, one Harpy's Feather Duster against back row, double Token Collector against Swatzel, double Lockbird against Flundery decks and other Searcher decks. Against heroes, this deck is insane. This card is insane. One Red Reboot against Eldritch deck. One Imperial Order in the mirror match and against some magic card decks. And yeah, free Judgment. If you go first, you need to side them in because you don't have protection against mass destruction like a Lightning Storm, evenly matched, and so on, so on. So you need the back row protection of your monsters. And yeah, since heroes don't have any negates, you have to run this card. In my opinion, I need 3 copies of Judgment in my deck if I start the match. I will show you now the calculation why you have to run the emergency calls. Okay guys, now I show you why you have to run 3 emergency calls. At the top you see our number of cards in deck. For my deck it will be 42 cards, and down below you see the key cards which you want to see in your starting hand. For my deck it would be 3 Stratos, double Vion, double Ferris, 1 Hero Lives, 3 Equals, 1 Rota, and 3 Fusion Destinies. In total 15 key cards out of 42 cards. And in the first table, you see the probabilities to totally brick. So let's say we go first with 5 cards. That would result in a probability of 9.5% to totally brick. That means we are not drawing any of our key cards in our 5 starting cards. So 1 out of 10 hands we totally brick and most likely lose the duel. And for the sixth card, it's 5.6% because obviously we have one additional chance to draw one of our key cards, and our not key cards, quote unquote, are reduced obviously by 5. So the probability goes up that we draw the key cards. That's why the total break probability goes down. Yeah, it's very important to keep that in mind if you're building a deck, to have always consistency back in your mind. For example, let's play it out. We increase Vion to 3 and Ferris to 3 and Stratos to 1 and Equal to 1, like many builds I saw. We go down from 15 to 13 keycards. That will result in a total brick chance of 14% compared to my 9.5%, which I showed you before. So it's a big increase from 9.5 to 14. It's like 50% increase in the brick chances. And now imagine you are playing a big tournament, a regionals with 7, 8 rounds, full YOLO, 3 games per match, and having a 14% brick chance is, you won't gonna make it to the top cut. I can say that for sure if you're not super lucky at that day, because 14% it's not that great. So yeah, it's very hard to win a big tournament with that amount of percentage to have a break. So you have to make your deck consistent, and I did it with 3 Stratos, double Vion, double Ferris, and 3 of my equals. So 9.5% is quite okay. You break 1 of 10. It's not super good, but it's not bad either. So yeah, you can live with 9.5%. It's not that bad. And yeah, you see also the percentage points on the left side in a other showing, so it's a bit more prettier than the table. So you see the 9.5% also here. It's for the fifth card. We draw brick, we draw brick, we draw brick, and again brick, and again brick. So you see the brick chances are getting lower because our amount of cards left in the deck is reduced by 1 each time we draw. So yeah, our chances get lower and lower to draw a brick. And on the other side, we have the opposite to draw always our key card. So you see, it's very unlikely to draw only key cards. If you want to draw only key cards, the probability is 0.3% to have 5 key cards out of your 5 starting hands. Yeah. So keep in mind, guys, if you are building a deck, you have to care about consistency. Yeah. Not only putting hand traps and full YOLO, all the best cards in it, but also keep in mind the consistency. It's very important if you want to have success in your duels and yeah, regionals, locals, whatever. Yeah, it's very important to keep that in mind. If you want to have this Excel file, you can write a comment in the video down below, or write me an email at neverluckypost@gmx.de, and I will give you the Excel file so you can play around. You can use this Excel file for any deck. Let's say you're playing 40 cards and you're not playing this deck, you're playing, let's say, Dark Magicians, so you want Magician's Soul, you have 3 times Magician's Soul, and yeah, some other cards which are very good for your consistency, and then you will get also the numbers for it, so it's all automatic in this Excel file. And yeah, just write me a message if you want this file or not. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, see you in the end of the video. Okay guys, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will give you some updates for my hero deck if I change some cards in it. And yeah, I can't wait to go to the locals if Corona is over, so I can show you the performance of my deck and the consistency, how it worked out. Yeah, but for now, I have to stick with the online gaming. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and drop a like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Bye!